So, I'm going to talk to you about some things I've learned in my journey. Most from experience, some of them I heard in passing, many of them I'm still practicing, but all of them I do believe are true.
In Australia for a year, 2 weeks out of high school, I went over there. And for the first time, I was all alone. I was in a foreign place. I was forced into great introspection, existential questions of, who, what, where, when, and why, and how. I didn't have a crutch. I didn't have my car. I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a job. I didn't have money. I didn't have my parents. I didn't have friends. And I was lost in trying to find a bit of a compass and an anchor.
Number two, I love this one. Unbelievable is the stupidest word in the dictionary. Should never come out of our mouths. Think about it. To say, oh wow, what an unbelievable play. It was an unbelievable book, an unbelievable film, an unbelievable act of courage. Really? It may be spectacular, it may be phenomenal, most excellent or outstanding, but unbelievable? Give others and yourself more credit. It just happened. You witnessed it. You just did it. Believe it.
How do we make sure that they still respect that, hey, today the sun rose again. That was not a guarantee for you. That's your first thank you. Oh, you got out of bed, you got a hot breakfast. Hey, that's not a given.
If something is number one on our list and we've got to have it, oh, we need it. A lot of times we don't get it. Think about it, whether it's that girl or whether it's that friend or whatever it is, man, if you make them the number one thing in your life, they're gonna go like, well, what else did you have going before you came to me a little bit if I'm your everything?
The sooner that we become less impressed with our life, with our accomplishments, with our career, with whatever that prospect is in front of us, the sooner we become less impressed and more involved with that and these things, the sooner we get a whole lot better at doing it.
I mean, look, we all like pleasure over pain.
Yeah.
But I think what we forget sometimes is that there's a greater pleasure that can come with going through a pain. I mean, you can have little pleasures. If you don't, I see some people that are like, just glide through life forever, woohoo. Those people are not really ambitious though, I find. They're not really on the chasing down a better self or chasing down a higher existence or chasing down a different truths. And it's admirable. It's fine. It's fine. If you can be the kingdom of your own castle and that's the world you live in and that's just how you walk and go, bravo. As long as you're not harming other people. But if you go through resistance and you choose resistance at the right times, and you go through it, you have greater, more evolved pleasure on the other side of it.
So true.
Again, responsibility and freedom. That relationship is really at the core of a lot of this.
That's true.
There's a responsibility to freedom and freedom in the responsibility. And the responsibility is the hard work. The freedom's the Saturday. The freedom's what we want. The responsibility is what we need. You go through what you need when what we want actually is what we need and what we need is actually what we want. That's the honey hole where, hey, I look as good as I feel and I feel as good as I look. Ta-da! where we're selfish and selfless at the same time. That's, I know what I'm chasing.
Life's not easy. Is it up there? Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap. The entitlement trap of feeling like you're a victim. You are not. Get over it and get on with it. And yes, most things are more rewarding when you break a sweat to get them. Fact.
Boy, I've got some good advice. So, my college roommate, Samuel Monroe Wills, went home for a Christmas break, and he was at his great-grandpappy's house. His great-grandpappy, Mr. Monroe Wills, was 94 years old. And he said, Grandpappy, he said, can you give me some advice for life? And his grandpappy says, oh yeah, Monty. Best advice I can give you is this.
I've had many crises in my life. Most of them never happened.